I'm here. I'm here. Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, and we have some more Sector Unknown for you today. What do we got going on over here? Graydon with the OMG finally. Thank you for proving you are first in chat. And Severin right away with a hydrate. We're back. At least you're back. What about my back? Thank you for the lurker raid, Graydon. Graydon and Severin, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well today. Right. Oh, let's take a look at what we have here. I saw that we had a level up needed to be done. Oh. Multiple people with stat points. Alright. Go ahead and keep focusing on that speed. This will actually get us another action point. And do we want a little more health? No, I'm going to save my points. Yeah, I'm going to save these 2 points. So hopefully we can get the last point of speed on the next level up. Let's see here. We have max persuasion, perception, engineering. We should probably start going for more luck. There we go. So, what? 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright, not bad. We're 15 points away from being able to do 3 full skills. Or 4 full skills. We have 18 points. What are we normally doing in combat? I guess we just want to make sure we have all our defenses up. We are using chest armor. We could get plus 100 health by taking a minus 10% crit chance. That might be useful. Minus incoming melee damage. I think I'd rather have. What is our evasion? There? Yes. Okay. Then let's go with here. Yeah, plus 20 health if 14% evasion. There we go. Up to 620 health now. That seems to be taking us out of one-shot range, hopefully. Although Stringfellow's done like nearly 700 damage on a single hit. Let's get that 9 strength for him. And let's keep bumping up that unarmed. Just in case we need it. That's 10 points. Maybe more damage to just weapons in general. We can start getting him some more mitigation as well. Minus incoming range damage might be good. Yeah, let's do that. How much penetration does he have? 28. Not a lot base, so that could change over time. Oh, what's his initiative? It is 35. Alright. Let's do that then. 10% more damage. Divine Sundeer, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well today. What's this game? It is Sector Unknown. It is an isometric RPG. It's got turn-based combat, a little bit of base building. You were a criminal aboard a corporate prison transport. You ended up escaping, and you're in a sector the corporation had previously abandoned, but is now coming back to kill everyone in order to start over in the sector. So we are trying to establish a resistance of some sort. Not a roguelike, no. Yeah, just normal RPG. We just recently got level ups, so we're going through all these. Let's get that coordination up. Yeah, more hit chance, more penetration. Ooh, do we want to work towards that 7 speed? I think we do. Squad-based? Yeah. You start off with just your main character that you design, and you have opportunities to recruit more people to your team as you go. None of them seem to be guaranteed, though. You could play in a fashion that would leave you running by yourself the entire time. There seems to be a lot of opportunity to be anywhere in a spectrum between a very good or a very bad person. Let's see here. So we've got intimidation, finance, pistols all maxed out. And the numbers when they hit 100 are a little wonky here because I've increased the font size so people can read it. Under the normal settings, these line up properly. Game should let you be an awful human being and suffer the consequences of that. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, what do we want to give Cheetah points in? Maybe just boost her luck? Yeah, I think now's the time to boost luck. One more. There we go. Perfect. 12 perk points here. I think Cheetah needs more health as well. Hitting that 600 mark's gonna be real good. Does she have enough evasion? Yes. Get some more health right there. There we go. Always max luck first in games because you don't have any IRL. Aww. Yeah, in this game, luckily they actually tell you exactly what luck does. So offers an extra luck roll on any missed hits, critical hits, and evasions, as well as a chance to locate extra credits. And so at a 60 luck, we have a 12% chance of finding extra credits anytime we open a container, which includes looting a body. We get an extra 6% hit chance, crit chance, and evasion chance. And it even tells you, note this does not add directly to the stats, but is applied as an extra roll on missed hits, critical hits, and failed evasions. So if we miss one of those things, it rolls, and if we hit a 6% chance, we hit instead. There's also all of these skills have the opportunity to open up additional dialogue, which is nice. Okay, so that is Cheetah done. Let's go to our robot friend, TB at 227. Let's get your vision maxed out, because we want you going as early in combat as possible. We can cap out all of these now and put a bunch into piloting finally. There we go. Leave that 8 in case we have to put it somewhere else. Malachi, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well today. HK-47 is the only droid you'll ever trust your back to. TV-227 is pretty solid so far. We even upgraded his power core, and he's still lazy. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well today. Thank you for asking. Alright, and we want more of these group benefits, if there are any left. Doesn't look like it. So let's get him more mitigation. His health is super low. Let's lower damage by a percentage. And give you just some raw health increase. And you can get a damage increase as well. Alright. Let's take a look at our quest list. That is in the journal. So we're still assisting the soldiers. Okay, we're on Aram Terra. We'll still have to clear Hellfear after this. Oh, this quest's objective updated. No longer says to try to convince them. It says we need to visit them now after we clear these 2 planets. Okay, cool. I'm glad that's no longer up in the air. Okay, the Vigilantes, that's why we're outside this door. I just realized the name of the quest. Judge Red. Kind of like Judge Dredd, because they're trying to grab those criminals and punish them directly. Alright. And yes, this is the soldiers, 6 of 7. The rest of these are all personal quests for people, or side quests we've picked up that we most likely won't be able to do here. Let's check to make sure we didn't have any new items that we could use. Cheetah, you are a pistol user. Not better. Not better. Okay, we don't have anyone using swords currently. What is this? Biology plus 14. We have our biology on our robot. Robots can't use any gear. Time dilation for 2 action points. Cheetah has that. You're using the melee weapon damage bonus. That's good for you. We're using the... Oh, we can replace this tablet. Once we level up again? Yeah. Alright. I forgot to put those points in there. Alright. We could retrain right now. Let's do that. Then we can get like an actual correct setup. So we want these three right here. Confirm. Like how everyone is wearing some sort of futuristic armor, then you come in looking like a snowboarder. Yeah, so we're on a really cold planet right now. We only put this on once we arrived on the planet. It was a nice touch. There's two of our characters. He actually switched to snow camo. And yeah, he's just using his normal guard armor. But yeah, it was a nice touch that they added the snow gear when we went onto the snow planet. Okay, we have this luck here. Do we want to keep boosting that, or do we want to get some combat skill? We're using rifles, right? Yes. We'll do 10 skill on the rifle for now and put the rest into luck. There we go. The single point gonna matter? Not really. Yeah, weapon damage by 1%. Yeah, I don't really care about that. It might matter. Why not? Okay, anything else new in here? No. Oh, right, they added a datapad section. So we can... There's now a check box to show the datapads in the inventory. But if you want to read them, they're all right here. And they're titled properly and everything. The dev's still doing a lot of active work on the game, which is nice, even though it's hit its full release. Yeah, it's just single dev on the game, too. Alright, let's go. Save in progress. Alright, what's this area looking like? Dead people over here. Probably some of the people from the prison. Some stairs up. Wonder what building those go into. Like a loading area. That's something we can interact with. Although it may just be a trap, too. Flip the pipe breach under the base. Thermal gridlock, okay. You approach a large exposed panel in the wall, revealing thick thermal pipes beneath. One of them is venting a heavy stream of steam. A dusty toolbox nearby suggests someone tried and failed to fix it. TX930 remarks, "This appears to be the base's thermal heating system. While the facility remains somewhat heated, repairing this would improve efficiency and perhaps bolster troop morale." Excellent. Yeah, the troops here are in bad shape. So they've been abandoned by their corporate employers. They're being raided by pirates on a constant basis. They already had bad logistics while the corporation was present, and now they're just running out of supplies and have a bunch of garbage sitting around. Alright, we can use the repair patch to seal the breach in the pipe. With engineering 60, use a pressure release hack to bypass the breach. Alright, let's use that pressure release hack. You assess the pipe and quickly divert pressure to auxiliary lines, reducing strain on the breach. A few adjustments reroutes the flow, bypassing the damaged section. The steam dissipates as the system stabilizes, leaving the pipe running smoothly. TX930 remarks, efficient work. This should improve heating stability across the facility. Oh, and that was the last thing they needed our help with? But they wanted us to take care of the vigilante. Oh, I guess there's more things that we can do for the base than are required. That's good to know. Your radio crackles to life. This is Lieutenant Vermillion. Word has reached me about your efforts around the base. Report back to me at your earliest convenience. We have matters to discuss. Alright. Hey Marvel Man, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well today. No way, it's Lang. I'm very sad. I missed your last stream. I was passed out with a migraine. I gotta be keeping an eye out for like mines and stuff since there's people holed up in here. It was impromptu. Nothing wrong with that. Alright. Ooh. Another Deathbringer at +7. Smelting tools. Ooh. There we are. Cleveland's gonna get his tools. Loot indeed. Okay. I think we're gonna go this direction first, and yeah, I see some mines up here. Oh, if that way is mined, maybe this way isn't the way to the guys we're looking out for. No mines up here. Ah, I see. There's gunts over here. Alright. Let's deal with these guys. Underground infestation. Eliminate the gunts. As you near the doorway, faint shuffling sounds echo from within the large room ahead. TX930's tone shifts to a cautious alert. Scanners indicate multiple life forms in the vicinity. Advise proceeding with caution. Excuse you, this is a family stream. Yeah. They are gunts. They are lizard-like things that eat metal. Okay, alerted. Can we get just some of them in a fight? Yeah, only got 2 of them in the fight. Good, good, good. Oh, these things are beefy. They're level 40 and we're level 31. Oh, this may have been a mistake. Hard G. Yep. Alright, how much armor do they have? 55 armor. Alright, let's focus on the one. So we want... Oh no! I respect and forgot to redo my perks. Whoops. Well, that's not good. We may be in trouble here. Have faith you can do it, L. Yeah, uh-oh. This may be bad. How far away are these guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 64. Alright. Graze. And a hit. Okay, good. Oh no! Don't move forward! Oh good, just a graze. Nice crit. Get in there with that knife. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we gotta go to here. Oof. And let's go with just more damage on the blast. There we go. Okay, let's actually spend my perk points. Alright, we had action points. We had all of the mitigations. What else? Go underdog. Focused Onslaught isn't too bad for us. Titan Challenger is really nice too. We want all of these. We want that armor penetration. Range weapon damage. Oh, less damage from grazing hits. There we go. Alright. Glad to know we're geared up well enough, or at least spec'd out well enough that that wasn't a problem. Alright. Let's do this. Nice hit. Oh, we went right away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'd have to move up a spot. There we go, 64. We will get an extra action point. Let's get the next attack against us as a graze. Get more armor. And let's reduce their armor. 2 shots. Evaded. Dang. Got him. 319. Alright. Get him. Yeah. Oh, he's doing 800 point crits now. Disgusting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need to go to there. Let's go to there. 9.6, oh no! Well, that's unfortunate. Let's pinpoint. Evaded again. We'll do aimed shot for next turn. And do that armor flux. There we go. There we go. TX930 remarks, "Excellent work dispatching those nuisances. It appears the generators over there require a reboot after sustaining damage from the gun's interference. The terminal nearby should allow you to initiate the process." Looks like those Star Frontier soldiers got chewed up pretty good. TX930 observes, "I must reiterate, creating this new species was a profound error in judgment. They've become uncontrollable. Better them than skulks, no?" TX930's tone is flat. "I find them equally repulsive. Both are ill-conceived byproducts of misguided ambitions." Yeah. Not great. Okay, we've seen both of these. Oh, there's going to be two of them stacked on top of each other over there. Let's check these guys. Nothing special loot-wise. Ooh, lithium chloride. Nice. Chemical compound used to stabilize neurological processes and enhance energy storage. The data pad here. Maintenance checklist. Camp Raider. Generators running at 40% capacity. No replacement parts available. Risk of total failure within the month. Batteries. Completely depleted. No backups in storage. Cannot sustain power during generator downtime. Food supplies. Critically low. Rations stretched thin. Morale worsening. Gunts in the underground system. Reports of gunts infiltrating the maintenance tunnels, gnawing through cables, causing additional power outages. Extermination team needed immediately. Water purifiers, operating at 60%. Filters near the end of their lifespan. Risk of contamination rising daily. Heating units, several non-functional. Barracks temperature dangerously low at night. Troops reporting frostbite incidents. Comms array, only partially operational. Intermittent signal interference. Long-range communications unreliable. Armory stock, supplies dangerously low. Most weaponry in need of repairs. Replacement components unavailable. Perimeter defenses, motion sensors failing sporadically. Possible blind spots around sectors 3 and 6. Medical supplies, severely depleted. No advanced med kits or painkillers remaining. Basic wound care only. Oof. Let's loot the rest of this stuff. Boron nitride, nanostructured material known for its mechanical stability and heat resistance. What do we got here? Useless parts. Unfortunate. Whole bunch of garbage to just break down or sell. Let's go over here. All things we've seen. Ooh, larceny triggered for that one. Nice, and we got a level up. Hello is an illegally enhanced rifle. Jupiter X909 modification. Critical chance plus 10% if equipped with targeting module. Alright, we'll check it out and see if it's better than what we're currently using. And we'll take care of our level up as well. There's those smelting tools. Deathbringer visor. Nexus visor's not too bad. Could pick up a ballistic CPU for Cheetah. Might be a good idea. Or pick up some hit chance for ourselves. Plus 8 hit wouldn't be too bad, but I like the extra action points. Give us a lot of opportunity. Alright, this rifle is worse than what we're using. We've got 10 more points here. Let's go ahead and load them into luck. And 3 more perk points. I think we're going to be saving these. Yeah, we'll save these for right now. Okay. And finally, this computer. Legendary. Yep. As you approach the terminal, you notice gnaw marks covering its edges, but it still appears functional. Turn on terminal. Power up the terminal, finding its interface stripped down to essential functions. Focus solely on regulation of the generators. Reboot generators. You initiate the reboot, and the generators gradually hum to life, their displays showing strain, but holding steady. Okay, TX930 remarks, this should restore limited functionality. However, given the extent of the damage, energy reserves will take time to stabilize. This reboot, the base should see a boost in auxiliary power, enough to bring a few more essential systems online. Very good. Now we head over to this corridor. We need to watch out for the mines. Yeah, no mines right there. Let's let everyone catch up, because there's probably going to be a fight up here, although we might be able to talk our way out of this. Trap disarmed. Getting a whole bunch of mines that we can use. Alright, there's all these guys. Alright. Looks like the prisoners are still alive. There's 3 of them we gotta deal with. Alright. Cool. No mines for us. We'll go over here. Nope. As you near the doorway, faint shuffling sounds echo from the large room ahead. TX930's tone shifts, its usual formality edged with caution. Scanners indicate multiple life forms in the vicinity. Recommended heightened vigilance. As you step inside, the scene unfolds before you. A makeshift trial underway. 3 Star Frontier soldiers stand resolutely, flanking 2 prisoners who are restrained and kneeling in the center of the room. The air is thick with tension as one of the soldiers turns to face you, his helmet glinting under the room's harsh lights. Trial is in session, he declares, his voice flat and authoritative, but with a faint slur, as though he's under the influence of something. His helmet tilts slightly, betraying a lack of focus. You'll need to wait until the proceedings have concluded. And say, what are these men accused of? The leader steps forward, his crimson-highlighted armor distinguishing him from the others. These men stand accused of sedition, speaking openly against Star Frontier's authority and sowing dissent among the ranks. The penalty is death. Behind him, his 2 companions nod in solemn agreement, their hands resting on their weapons as if anticipating your interference. We can say, what if I just paid their bail or something? With larceny 30, you know, I've never been a fan of the law. Or with perception 40, who's representing the soldiers? Nice. Who's representing the soldiers? Claude over here. He gestures towards one of his companions, who shrugs nonchalantly. And between you and me, he's doing a poor job. I don't think he is working in the best interest of his clients. Tracady?
Tracady resubbed for 26 months. Long's 24-hour stream started. Let's go. Long love, long gibe.
I wish I could do a 24-hour stream. Unfortunately, I have to end early today. I have a phone call I need to be available for at 2:30 my time. But thank you for the 26-month streak. 26 months of support in a row. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, Tricady. You are super amazing. Ending early, you feel scammed. Sorry. If I could avoid it, I would have. Let's see here. The group chuckles darkly, while the two prisoners exchange desperate glances, their wide eyes pleading silently for help. Then maybe I can step in as their representative. Judge Red straightens up, adopting a mock-serious tone. You're volunteering? Well, this is unprecedented. But, as presiding judge, I must ensure the integrity of this trial. Prisoners, he swivels dramatically towards the detainees, do you consent to a change in legal representation? Think carefully now. Justice is at stake. The two prisoners nod furiously. Judge Red claps his hands together. Claude, you're dismissed. Your services are no longer required. Court, take note of this development. He pauses, looking around the empty room as though addressing an invisible jury. The defense will now be led by... He glances back at you expectantly. What's your name, counselor? We can say Lang. We can say Cicero. We can say Atticus. Or say, on second thought, forget it. This sham isn't worth my time. It's Lang. Judge Red nods solemnly, a glint of theatrical gravitas in his tone. Very well. Let it be entered into the court records. Step forward, counselor, and the trial will proceed. He glances at his notes, his tone heavy with doubt. Your clients have entered a not guilty plea. While the court finds their claims dubious, protocol demands that due process be followed, and the law upheld. Isn't a court supposed to be unbiased? Your skepticism of my client's innocence undermines the fairness of these proceedings. He pauses, his stance stiffening. A fair point, counselor. Skepticism, while natural, must not cloud the law. The court concedes the principle of impartiality. Proceed. My client's alleged crime is speaking out against Star Frontier, correct? Duo process? Blah. You're better off asking Pat? No thanks. Judge Red shifts impatiently. As already stated by the court, yes. We can, with no skill check, my clients are not guilty. With a 60 biology, Your Honor, I'd like to raise a concern. Are you currently under the influence of narcotics? With a 60 science, Your Honor, I move to argue that my clients are clinically unfit to stand trial for their actions. Or with a finances 60, and my clients were under a contract with Star Frontier, correct? Ooh. I like both the bio 60 and the finances 60. Let's go ahead and go finances, though. My clients were under contract with Star Frontier, correct? Judge Red nods sharply. That is correct. Let me remind the counselor to speak in present terms. As members of this garrison, they remain bound by these contracts. Do they? Prisoners, when was the last time Star Frontier paid you for your service? One of the prisoners speaks up, his voice strained with frustration. Months ago. Not a credit since they left us here to rot. And the last time they supplied this base with basic provisions and necessities? Surely the contract includes that as part of their obligations. The second prisoner chimes in bitterly. Nearly 7 standard months ago. We've been fending for ourselves ever since. There you have it. Let it be known to the court that Star Frontier has abandoned this base, declared its personnel expendable, and failed to fulfill its contractual obligations. That, Your Honor, constitutes a breach of contract, and when one party breaches, the other is no longer legally bound to its terms. Judge Red hesitates, gripping his gavel tightly, clearly caught off guard. This complicates matters, he mutters. The court must consider whether these circumstances void their obligations. If Star Frontier has failed at the end of the agreement, how can you hold these men accountable to rules set by a contract that no longer holds any weight? The judge leans back, silent for a moment. His tone softens. Interesting. If what you say holds weight, then the court must consider this carefully. There's nothing more to consider. My clients are not guilty, Your Honor. Judge Red hesitates, his hands trembling slightly as his gaze drifts to the prisoners. His tone shifts, attempting to reclaim a shred of formal authority. Upon consideration of the arguments presented, this court finds the defendants not guilty of the charges brought against them. As such, this trial is adjourned indefinitely. This is way too civilized, Lang. I mean, it was a kangaroo court until we showed up. Can't you hang them just for fun? No, we're trying to save these guys. Wow, Tricady, monstrous. Alright. He clears his throat, gesturing to the prisoners. The defendants are hereby released from custody and remanded to their own recognizance. You are free to go. Bet the rest of chat agrees? Nope. Soldiers flanking him exchange uneasy glances, but ultimately step aside. The prisoners look to you briefly, their relief evident, even through their hurried movements as they rush out of the room. No, Tricady. Judge Red straightens his posture. With the court adjourned, we will remain ready to process any new criminals brought before us. Except, it seems the docket is empty. That concludes today's proceedings. There won't be any more prosecutions, Judge. Your skills are needed for something else. He raises an armored hand theatrically. Oh, and what noble task demands the court's attention now? We can start combat. You don't understand. Court is adjourned. Permanently. Or we can say, this base is under threat from far worse criminals than the ones you've tried here. Pirates. Camp Raider will need defending when they come. Yeah, let's tell him that. Alright. Judge Red glances at his two companions, his posture rigid with resolve. Very well. We will remain stationed here until summoned topside. When the time comes, rest assured, we will bring swift and decisive justice to these pirate scum. Okay. Good amount of XP there. Materials we've seen already. Got ourselves a colonizer rifle. Every fourth attack is guaranteed hit unless evaded. Potentially. Alright, what's this have to say? Is this the same stuff? No. Orders for deployment from Sensitive Operations Command to Captain Julian Devereaux, SO Unit 14. Subject, deployment to Camp Raider. Captain Devereaux, effective immediately, you and Sensitive Operations Unit 14 are deployed to Camp Raider. Reports from the region indicate early signs of organizational discord. Discipline is beginning to erode, and small-scale insubordination, substance abuse, and declining morale have been documented. Star Frontier considers this unacceptable, and intervention is required before the situation escalates. Ah, so he was just trying to do his duty in his drug-addled state. Objectives. 1. Conduct a thorough assessment of the camp's leadership and rank structure. Identify weak links and, if necessary, replace them with personnel capable of maintaining order. 2. Reaffirm compliance with Star Frontier regulations. Use sensitive operations protocols as needed to ensure discipline and loyalty across all levels. 3. Evaluate and reinforce the camp's operational and defensive capabilities. Any issues with infrastructure or readiness must be resolved immediately. 4. Monitor and address external influences that could exacerbate tensions within the camp, including enemy incursions or subversive elements. You are authorized to take decisive actions to secure the stability and efficiency of Camp Raider. Resistance to your authority is to be dealt with swiftly and without hesitation. Star Frontier's operational integrity depends on your success. Sensitive Operations Command. Order above all. Oh boy. Lot. Claude Beno. Judge Red. And none of these guys can be talked to? Interesting. Okay. We are done in here. Yep, that covers everything. We did more than was required to get the base up and running. Oh yeah, we still had to check stuff over here. You didn't have anything to say? Or did we go over here already? Maybe we did. Yeah, it looks like we did. Alright, let's go over here. To Miles. Lieutenant Vermillion turns as you enter the armory, his posture more upright than before. Thank you for your efforts. Corporal Grant has informed me that morale is improving, largely due to your actions. And say, no thanks required? Or what can I say? I'm the best. No thanks required. He nods, his tone steady. Regardless, your work has made a difference. I believe it's time to address the troops. If they're ready to fight again, we can safely open the gates. Beyond the walls, there are still several critical tasks that need completing. Once you've handled those, we'll be in a position to assist you, both against the pirates and in locating the classified facility. He shifts his focus. Corporal Grant, muster the troops for assembly. Time passes before you follow Lieutenant Vermillion outside, where a gathering of soldiers stand in formation. Corporal Grant waits beside him, silent but watchful. Lieutenant Vermillion takes a long, measured look at the group before addressing them, his voice steady and commanding. Men, the time has come. Star Frontier abandoned us, left us to die, and now they're returning to finish the job. But we won't make it easy for them. The men exchange uneasy glances as Vermillion continues. I know things haven't been perfect here. When our commanding officer deserted us, I did what I could to hold this base together, to maintain discipline while keeping morale afloat. I've made mistakes, but those days are behind us. Right now, our survival demands unity. No more division, no more doubt. We stand together, or we fall apart. He gestures towards you. Some of you have met the Offworlder behind me. Thanks to their efforts, the base is mostly operational again. Now we face a choice. We can let the pirates outside our walls, or Star Frontier destroy us, or we can take a stand. The question is, which will it be? Colton Mars steps forward, his voice hesitant. Sir, do we really have a shot? Vermillion straightens, his tone firm. Against the pirates? Absolutely. If we stay organized and disciplined, we absolutely have a chance. Against Star Frontier, our former employers? Well, that will be a tougher battle. The Offworlder believes there's a lead on this planet that might reveal where Star Frontier plans to launch their attack. It's a long shot, but it's the best option we've got, and it's better than waiting here to die. Several soldiers exchange glances, their expressions shifting as Lieutenant Vermillion presses on. Soldiers, I won't lie to you. I can't promise victory, and I know that drinking and drugging might seem a far more appealing way to face our end. But hear this. If we don't form up now, if we don't stand as one, we will die. That much is certain. So, what will it be? The wind sweeps across the concrete, carrying a quiet hush. The only sound is the men exchange uncertain glances. Finally, Russ Grimm steps forward, his voice breaking the silence. Sir, does this mean we're going back to the grooming standard? For a moment, Vermilion pauses, as if seriously considering the question, then shakes his head with firm conviction. Absolutely not. No grooming standard. Grimm nods agreeably. Then I say we start kicking butt and taking names. Ripple of laughter spreads through the ranks, quickly followed by a wave of cheers. The men, unified for the first time in a long while, clap each other on the shoulders, their resolve hardening as their spirits lift. Vermilion's voice sharpens. Men, listen up. First, I want a full accounting of the armory. Every weapon, every missile, every piece of gear. I also need a report on our remaining supplies. Food, medical, fuel, everything. We have to know exactly how combat effective we are right now. While you're on that, the Offworlder will handle the tasks outside the wall. He pauses, letting the weight of his words settle. This isn't just about survival anymore. It's about discipline, organization, and proving to these bastards that they underestimated us. Now move out and get it done. Dismissed. As the men break away, their steps filled with newfound purpose, Vermilion turns to you. His voice carries a steady, commanding tone. Offworlder, meet me in the command center. No more hiding out in the armory for me. We've got more work to do. The Lost Platoon. Aram Terra Lost Platoon recruited. Oh, look at these guys running up to us. They're trying to catch up. All right, where is that command center? Also, what is that? Did I miss something over here? Maybe. I'll go check that spot in a moment. Okay, it's where the radio stuff is. Alright, let's come on over here. Oh, is it just these two guys? Yeah, it's just those guys. Alright. We want to go here. We got a level up to do. Was there someone? Oh, okay. There's someone outside, but not that we can talk to. I think we already interacted with that terminal. We had to level up. Go 10 more there. 6 perk points. I want to keep a lot of that mitigation stuff on us. Oh, roll the dice would be good to have. We have skill points to put out here. So we probably have perk points, just 2. You've got luck points. There we go. Up to 80. 4 points to spend. Damage from grazing hits. Probably good for everyone to pick that up. Okay. Do you have it? No. Alright, so next level we should get Stringfellow evasive action as well. Yeah. Lieutenant Vermilion turns as you approach. Offworlder, I appreciate you coming. I have several tasks that require attention. He continues. This base was once home to a full-strength company. Over time, we've been worn down. First by the initial evacuation, then by pirate attacks, and other attritional losses you're already aware of. Several months ago, our esteemed captain, what I can only describe as a lapse into madness, attempted to commandeer a ship and flee. The ship, however, was low on fuel. We believe he managed to set it down somewhere out in the wastes. Vermilion clears his throat, his tone turning grim. He survived, and since then, he's been broadcasting messages back to the base, rambling, incoherent, and utterly deranged. He's a liability we can't afford, and his delusions need to be put to an end. I need you to terminate his command. The problem is, we haven't pinpointed the location of his ship yet. I'll be working with Abrahams here to triangulate the source of his transmissions. In the meantime, where do I come in? Lieutenant Vermilion exhales heavily. Our supplies of thermal layering, the insulation integrated into our gear to prevent frostbite and exposure, are running dangerously low. Without it, we can't risk sending patrols far beyond the walls. We suspect it was stolen a few days ago. Wade Burnham, one of the soldiers, is stationed by the discarded mechs next to supply. He claims to have information on who might have taken the shipment. Speak with him. The lieutenant pauses and considers for a moment. You've already done so much for us. Once these tasks and the pirates are dealt with, I promise you'll have our full support. 100%. Okay, let's go talk to this guy. You step out of the comm center, a voice calls after you. Offworlder, got a minute? What is it? Santos glances over his shoulder before stepping closer. Listen, the comms officer, Jimmy Abrahams, inside. He's a rat. What do you mean? He lowers his voice, glancing around as if afraid of being overheard. Back when the base was operational, Jimmy shared comms duty with a guy named Arlen Rabbit. Rabbit was the heart of this base. When Star Frontier abandoned us, he kept the morale alive, played the best music, made these killer interludes, talked like we were all back home. Everyone loved him. And? Santos leans in, his tone heavy. He was a hero, you know. When those thermal layers first went missing a week ago, Rabbit went out searching for them, all behind the lieutenant's back. But he never came back. What does this have to do with Jimmy Abrahams? Santos nods. See, thing is, one of the other comms officers, Sal Robbins, he's dead now, told me something. Said Jimmy Abrahams received a distress beacon from the area Rabbit went missing, and he didn't act on it. Why would Abrahams ignore a distress signal? Santos shakes his head, his expression a mix of anger and bitterness. Jealousy? It's all I can figure. Everyone loved Rabbit. He could outdrink anyone, party harder than the rest of us, and still be the smoothest voice on the airwaves. Jimmy Abrahams? He couldn't compete, and he knew it. Santos pauses, his gaze distant. Maybe he left Rabbit out there to die, just to get out of his shadow. Can say that's not much to go on, or why didn't Sal Robinson do something about it? Yeah, why didn't Sal do something about it? Santos shakes his head, a trace of irritation in his voice. Like I said, the guy died the next day, drank himself to death. So you want me to look for Arlen Rabbit while I'm out there? Sounds like an evil plan, you love it. Santos nods, his voice firm. It'd do a hell of a lot of good around here. Morale's already improving because of what you've done, but bringing Rabbit back? That would be next level. Here, he hands you a data pad. These are his last known whereabouts. Got them off Sal before he offed himself. Just think about it, alright? Can say no promises, or I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. Why is your character dancing? It's not our character, it's one of the NPCs with us, but it's because we exited the building and immediately got pulled into the cutscene. And so he's trying to move to line up with me, but can't because things are in the way and we're not allowed to move. Loki, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well today. Got this game? Is it any good? Had no chance to play it yet? If you like isometric RPGs with turn-based combat, yeah, I'd highly recommend it. The story is really good too. Santos nods, flicker of hope in his eyes. Thanks, I mean it. Arlen Rabbit, he was one of the good ones, you know? Alright, so we have a new location available. And where is it we need to go? I think it's over here. No. Ah, over here. It won't zoom to that character. That's a little unfortunate. Okay. Oh yeah, those mechs have definitely seen better days. Wade Burnham. You approach Wade Burnham, who is sorting through the broken and battered mechs in the junk pile. He stops his work and turns to face you. I hear you have some information about the stolen thermal layers. He nods. Yeah, Robbie Lazaro. I'm pretty sure it was him. He ain't here anymore. Took off last week. If you're looking to dig into it, I'd check his stuff. Might be something there. You didn't search his belongings? Wade shakes his head. You crazy? Soldiers don't do that. Other guys would have my head for going through someone's gear. But you're an outsider. They won't do anything to you. Where's his stuff? He points towards the base. Lockers in Barracks Building 4. That's all I've got for you. Thanks. Wade simply nods and returns to his work. I can test that they wouldn't say or do anything if I started going through another soldier's gear. He said 4. Right there. You approach the locker and open it. Surprised to find it unlocked. Sorting through the disorganized belongings, you spot a crumpled piece of paper with coordinates hastily scrawled on it. TX930 remarks, sloppy. Perhaps Robbie Lazaro assumed no one would care enough to investigate missing thermal layers. An understandable miscalculation, given the state of the base before our arrival. Regardless, these coordinates likely mark a meeting place. We should investigate. One of the other nice things about the game is You can avoid most combats through dialogue if you have the right skills and make the right choices, which is kind of a nice choice. And you still get XP even if you don't fight. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to the current radio operator and see if we have any new dialogue with him now that we know what happened. Nope, nothing. How about with you? Nothing. All right. So we've got White Rabbit. Oh, that's what's happening. There's a railing there. And then a pile of snow. And then an NPC. And then, like, yeah, he's kind of stuck with nowhere to really go when we exit out of there. I don't remember this railing being here. Okay, head on over this way. There's more soldiers here than there were before. That's good. Already talked to them. As you approach, you spot a snowman clutching two rifles. Its arms seemingly made... Oh. This is the wrong dialogue. This is the dialogue for the merchant. Weird. Okay. That's a bug. So we have White Rabbit and Frostbitten. Danger level moderate. Danger level none. Let's go to the close one first. Near the source of the distress signal, the outline of an abandoned encampment comes into view through the snowy haze. TX-930 chimes in. These coordinates match the distress signal's origin. However, I'm detecting no active life signs. We should investigate the camp. There may still be valuable clues here. Please get attacked by a polar bear. Wow, rude! You approach the camouflaged tent. Survival supplies strewn haphazardly across the ground. TX-930 remarks, either Arlen Rabbit has poor organizational habits, or something more troubling occurred here. Open tent. You pull back the flap of the tent, revealing its interior. It's empty, save for a single datapad lying on the floor. Take datapad. You pick up the datapad and power it on. The entries reveal Arlen Rabbit's desperate attempts to track a stolen shipment, and his repeated failures to contact the base. Interference he attributes to Jimmy Abrahams, who he accuses of burying the distress signal. The final entry mentions a smuggler camp nearby. Arlen writes that while the camp is dangerous, it offers his best chance of survival. Too weak to make the journey on foot, he planned to hail the smugglers in hopes of negotiating safe passage back to Camp Raider. Log coordinates. You input the smuggler camp's location into your system. TX-930 remarks, it's likely these smugglers may not be friendly. We should proceed to these coordinates with caution. Alright, smuggler's location unlocked. Anything else out here? Nope. All the way over here. You approach a snow-covered base matching the coordinates from Arlen Rabbit's datapad. A landing pad, nearly submerged under layers of snow, sits flanked by several weathered transport containers. TX-930's voice filters through the blowing snow. This matches the coordinates. My databanks confirm it. This was once a Star Frontier landing outpost. Smugglers have likely repurposed it for their operations. Proceed with caution. Save in progress. Alright, what do we got here? Nothing to loot. Just the quest marker there. Let's look around. Okay, yeah, nothing special. Keep an eye out for traps. Springfield Smith. Springfield Smith stands hunched over a stack of crates, carefully inspecting their contents and muttering to himself. How are things looking here? He pauses, squinting at the crate in front of him. Fair, he mutters distractedly. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, fair enough. What are you counting? Springfield doesn't answer, his focus returning to the crates as he continues murmuring numbers under his breath, clearly absorbed in his task. Okay. Any rocker? Arlen Rabbit, he's alive still. That's good. Sauce McBride. Smuggler. Alright. Let's come on up here. You approach a group of smugglers, tension building as you prepare for hostility. Instead, uproarious laughter cuts through the cold. At the center of the group stands a man clad in Star Frontier armor, clearly at ease and holding their attention. Stepping closer, his voice becomes clear, carrying the tail end of a story. So there we are, knee-deep in Colonial Strange. It's flying at us from every direction, and then he pauses dramatically, grinning as the smugglers easily wait for their punchline. Then the overseer's wife walks in, takes one look at us, and says, "Well, boys, hope you save room for dessert." Smugglers roar with laughter, slapping each other on the back as the man in Star Frontier armor tilts his helmet slightly and turns to face you. Arlen Rabbit, I presume? He dips his head in a nod, his voice smooth and brimming with charm. Guilty as charged, friend. The laughter dies down as the smugglers notice you, their expressions hardening. The apparent leader steps forward, his hand resting on his weapon. And who are you? I'm here for Arlen Rabbit. He sent out a distress signal. Or, I'm the guy they sent to drag this other guy back to base. Here for Arlen Rabbit. Leader smirks, shaking his head as he sizes you up. Distress? Does this guy look distressed to you? Arlen gestures broadly to the smugglers, his relaxed tone cutting through the tension. Allow me to introduce Sauce McBride, the finest host a man could hope for, and his excellent crew, of course. They've treated me far better than I probably deserve, he chuckles. And say, you sure you're a guest and not a prisoner? Worth larceny 60. Come on, I've worn the cuffs, walked the line. I can spot another prisoner a mile off. Yeah, I can spot a prisoner. Sauce steps forward, placing a firm hand on Arlen's shoulder. Now, I resent the implication, outsider. Of course he's a guest. He's free to leave anytime he wants. Be in my D2 adventure making evil plans to slay a nightmare Duriel. Good luck, man. Arlen shifts slightly, glancing from Sauce to you before giving a quick nod. Right, well, in that case, I'll just be heading out. Sauce's hand tightens, cutting him off with a low chuckle. Hold up there, friend. I wasn't finished. He turns to you, his grin sharpening into something colder. Arlen can walk out of here anytime he likes. But first, someone's got to settle the bill for my time, trouble, and resources responding to his distress signal. A fair trade, don't you think? How much we talking? Or just another typical scam artist, huh? I don't want to provoke him into a combat. Yeah, another scam artist. He chuckles. Call it what you want. I call it business. And business needs payment. The figure I'm thinking is... Sauce glances at one of his crew, a smug look crossing his face before he turns back to you. Well, let's call it 2,000 credits. With intimidation 60, nah, let's call it this. You hand him over now, or I waste you guys right here. With finances 60, you're smugglers, right? Businessmen? Or fine, take the credits? Or start combat, no deal. Finances 60, you're smugglers, right? Businessmen? Sauce McBride tilts his head, the grin lingering. Yeah, you could say that. Then why would you want an extra mouth to feed? The second smuggler, Henny, steps forward. Because he's funny. Sure, he's funny, but humor doesn't pay for fuel, supplies, or repairs. Let's face it, he's a mascot at best, and a drain on your credits at worst. Do the smart thing and let me take him. You'll save yourselves the trouble. Sauce's grin falters, his expression hardening as he studies you for a long moment. Finally, he turns to Henny with a shrug. Some solid math there, Henny. We don't need the guy. Looking back at Arlen, Sauce waves him off dismissively. All right, Rabbit. Bon voyage. Hope you're as funny out there as you are here. And say, let's go, Arlen, or Arlen, don't keep me waiting. Let's go, Arlen. Arlen hesitates, his gaze darting between you and the smugglers. After a moment, he nods nervously. Yeah, sure. Thanks for the hospitality, guys. Sorry for the mess. We'll be out of your way now. Arlen turns to you, his tone shifting from casual to sharp. Let's head back to base, but first I gotta ask, why are you out here in the first place? And say, Santos Walker sent me? Or you can thank Santos. You got some good friends back at base. Yeah, you got some good friends. Arlen nods slowly. Santos, my brother in arms. He glances away, his posture tightening as his voice drops. I'll level with you. Jimmy Abrahams, the comms officer, that backstabbing guy left me to rot out here. I know he heard my distress signal. I heard him laugh. Bet he didn't breathe a word to anyone about me being stuck out here. And say he didn't, or I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count. Or, yeah, you're right. Jimmy Abrahams is a full-service piece of work. Walks, talks, and screws over his own. Whew. Something you wish more games did is the reputation system from PoE. Threats of violence are a lot more credible if you have a reputation for killing people you do not like. Yeah. Yeah. Pillars of Eternity did a really good job with their reputation system. I like those games. Let's see here. Give you 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count. Arlen shifts, his tone hardening. Then I've got a score to settle with him. Let's handle this post-haste. Let's go. You would have such a great reputation as a thug. Arlen lets out a low chuckle. Music to my ears. Oh, we went all the way back. And trick back to Camp Raider, braving the relentless snow and biting blizzards. Upon arriving at the base, Arlen Rabbit storms ahead towards the comm tower as you follow close behind. Reaching the top of the steps, Jimmy Abrahams turns to face you both, confusion flashing across his face. Arlen! Before Arlen can respond, Lieutenant Vermillion approaches, his tone sharp and commanding. What's going on here? Arlen spins around, his voice steady but laced with anger. Sir, Jimmy Abrahams is a no-good snake. I took it upon myself to search for the missing thermal layers, but ended up in over my head. Got lost. Sent out a distress signal, and that guy over there, points at Jimmy, his hand trembling slightly with rage. He didn't just ignore it, he laughed. Every time I tried hailing him, he laughed before finally jamming my signal. Lieutenant Vermillion turns to Abrahams. Is this true? Jimmy Abrahams shakes his head quickly, his voice defensive and strained. Of course not, sir. Arlen Rabbit must be drunk, high, or both. I would never... Before he can finish, Arlen cuts him off by pulling out a datapad and pressing play. The recording crackles to life, Arlen's voice coming through, pleading for help. This is Arlen Rabbit, requesting immediate assistance. Lost and stranded. Repeat, lost and stranded. The recording continues, ending with Jimmy Abrahams chuckling dismissively from the other end before the frequency cuts out. Jimmy's face turns ashen, his lips parting in stunned silence. Arlen crosses his arms, his voice cool and triumphant. That's right, like the old boys in history used to say, always get tape. Well, I got tape. And he taps the datapad for emphasis, his eyes fixed on Abrahams. What do you have to say now? Jimmy Abrahams shakes his head, his face contorting with anger before his glare fixes on Arlen. You son of a... I always liked you... They always liked you better than me. Thought your tracks were better than mine. That you were funnier. Before he can continue, Lieutenant Vermillion steps forward, his tone sharp and decisive. Specialist Abrahams, you are hereby relieved of duty pending disciplinary action. He grabs his radio. Corporal, escort Specialist Abrahams to the holding barracks. I'll handle the report. Okay. A few minutes later, Jimmy Abrahams is marched away under escort, his protest fading into the cold air. Arlen turns to you, his tone warm and effortlessly charismatic. Thanks, friend. Them smugglers had their charm, I guess, but this is where I'm supposed to be. Can say no problem, good luck. Or when you speak of me, be sure to always speak kindly. Or piece of garbage, he had it coming. No problem, good luck. Hey Pat, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well today. Lang, is it really you? How long has it been? 3, 4, 5 years? You haven't aged a day. Me? Yes. I've gone gray with stress from missing you. Aw. Thanks, Pat. It's only been a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. He grins behind his helmet, his voice brimming with confidence. Luck's always been on my side. Turning towards the comms console, he claps his hands together. Now, let's get back to the important stuff. Entertaining the troops. Morale's about to hit an all-time high. Lieutenant Vermillion looks over, his tone sharp but even. Rabbit, remember your duty. You're our only comms officer now. You can entertain all you like, but your primary job is to monitor and maintain communications. Understood? Arlen straightens slightly, nodding. Yes, sir. You can count on me. There's a slight pause before Vermillion turns to you, his tone weighted with urgency. Now, with that solved, any progress on the thermal layers? Not yet. He nods, his tone measured but firm. Understood. Please keep searching. The troops won't be able to range far beyond base without them. All right. Arlen Rabbit glances back from the console, his tone warm and genuine. Friend, you did me one hell of a service. How can I help you? What made you venture off into the cold on your own? He shrugs casually. Like I said, them thermal layers. Nobody else was lifting a finger about it, so I figured I'd take matters into my own hands. Our guys can't patrol without them. So you had a layer in your armor? He nods with a grin you can almost hear through his helmet. Sure did. Charmed old Thomas Tarr in supply. Promised him his favorite track and a shout out over the airwaves when I got back. Worked like a charm. Good thinking. He nods again, his tone upbeat and friendly. Appreciate it. Here's hoping you have better luck finding those thermal layers than I did. He's abandoned us, hasn't he? What? I'm here. I had lost all hope, sold everything I own, and joined a cult in desperation. Probably not the best solution. Guess he just doesn't care, Pat. Sad, cruel reality. Wow. Depression worse than the Sector Unknown. 65 stream streak for Pat. So streaky. Thank you so much for your support, Pat. I really appreciate it. 65? Crazy. Alright, back outside again. Guessing with how much space there is out here before the exit, that there's going to be a gathering of people out here at some point, probably the pirates. Alright, last one, meeting point. Location of a suspected trade rendezvous. Oh, and that one said small smuggler's landing pad. We should have gotten those smugglers to start bringing supplies here. That's what we should have done. You approach the coordinates written on the sheet, but the area appears deserted. A hover sled sits abandoned nearby, its cargo hold visibly empty. TX930 remarks, "Seems the meeting has already concluded. Let's examine the area. There may be something of interest left behind." Yeah, a body. Datapad collector. Located 60 datapads. Ever since Star Frontier abandoned us, it's become every man for himself. Managed to snag a crate of thermal layers from the armory. Top grade stuff. Perfect for lining armor. It was easy. Thomas Tarr is usually too drunk or stoned on his own supply to care. I was torn between the smugglers and the pirates for offloading this gear, but the pirates' offer was too good to pass up. Too good to be true. Got their comms channel from a shady smuggler who seemed more scared of them than of getting caught by what's left of command. If everything goes as planned, I'll be a rich man soon. Just need to meet up with these pirates, make the exchange, and find a way off this snowball. Poor choices. TX930 processes the datapad information aloud. Curious. According to this, Robbie Lazaro wasn't dealing with smugglers but pirates. Bold move, and evidently a fatal one. We still don't know the location of the pirate base. TX930's voice filters through the calm determination. Filters through with calm determination. Not yet. Just then, the radio suddenly crackles to life. This is Lieutenant Vermillion. Need a situation report. What's the status on the thermal layers? Robbie Lazaro attempted to sell them to the pirates. We found his body at the meeting site. He didn't make it far. There's a brief pause before Vermillion responds, his voice heavy. Damn it. Alright, listen up. The thermal layers will have to wait. We just finished triangulating the crash site coordinates of the ship Captain Moreland was aboard. I need you to move on this immediately. I'm transmitting the coordinates now. Alright, down transport. Nothing special on that weapon. Doesn't look like there's anything else on this map. Nope. Off we go. Alright, down transport. Down stolen Star Frontier transport. You arrive at the crash site, where the transport's nose is buried deep in the snow. Despite the hard landing, the ship's structure remains largely intact. TX930 comments. The transport is just ahead. It seems the captain executed a controlled crash. The ship's integrity is mostly preserved, though it's grounded for good. Won't be flying anywhere. Lovely. Alright, save done. Just an entrance there, nothing else. You step into the ship, the hatch swinging open, surprisingly unlocked. Inside, the dim lighting casts long shadows across the walls, and a Star Frontier soldier stands near the center, clad in the striking red armor of an officer. Captain Moreland? The soldier turns, his movements deliberate, and regards you warily. After a beat, he nods. Pirate. I'm not a pirate. definitely not a pirate. He pauses, his gaze shifting downward to his hand, where his fingers twitch faintly as if remembering something. I was Captain Moreland, he says slowly, his voice carrying a weary weight. A long time ago. Feels like centuries. Time dilated, maybe, but no, it's still now. Are you alright? Or, he was right. You're insane. Are you alright? He glances at you again, his expression hidden behind the visor, but his posture is tense, guarded. I'm no longer in command, he says cautiously. So, I suppose I'm alright. Though, out here it's solace from everything. My wife, my son, they won't know. Know what? Captain Moreland shakes his head, the motion slow and deliberate. The cleansing, he mutters, his voice tinged with bitterness. Star Frontier, my Star Frontier, they're coming. Sweep and clear. Eradicate everything, everyone. Wipe it all clean and start anew. You could help stop it. Or with Perception 40, you want it to happen, don't you? Yeah. Captain Moreland's gloved fingers curl and uncurl methodically. His voice, we hit 35. That's more stats. His voice cold and measured. Want it? No. But I accept it. This sector, we tried to tame it. Pacify its chaos. Bring it under control. Each planet, each colony, was meant to be part of something greater. But the wildness, it took root. Like weeds choking a garden. It grew too fast. It grew too far. Too fast. Beyond the reach of command. You mean people, they're the weeds. He exhales sharply, his tone growing reverent, almost zealous. I mean human will. Excess and error. Panic. Fear. Yes, people. Spreading chaos. Choking out order and purpose. They can't be reasoned with. They must be cut down, burned, swept away entirely, so that something stronger, something purer, can rise in their place. Ooh, yeah, he a crazy one. Too fast, too furious. His voice steadies, taking an unsettling calm. Star Frontier understands this. It's not cruelty. It's inevitability. A cleansing weapon to purge the rot and give way to order, to perfection, progress. He pauses, his eyes fixed on you. You see it, don't you? The necessity of it all. Say, but without humans, the sector reverts back to what it was, a husk, lifeless. Or, I don't see it at all. Yeah, it goes back to being lifeless. He nods slowly, almost mechanically. Lifeless. By that, you mean they will become unproductive. Yes, the planets will once again jealously guard their resources, hiding them beneath ice, sand, radiation. Their riches will lie dormant, untouched, as they did for millennia before we arrived. You can say, what's the point? What's the point of wiping out every human in the sector if it just becomes a lifeless wasteland again? Or the Science 60, like bleaching a failed culture, nothing left but a blank slate. I feel like my skill checks are talking him further into this. We're talking ourselves into it. I'll take the skill check, though. See where this is going. His expression remains unreadable as his gloved hand flexes, almost reflexively. Exactly. You understand. This is about control. Star Frontier doesn't tolerate chaos, and it doesn't let defiance fester. He straightens slightly, his voice sharpening with conviction. They tried to implement a short-term solution, and it failed. Now they'll wipe the slate clean, both here and in their boardrooms, before venturing into the sector again. But this time, it will be different. This time, it will be completely draconian, without hesitation, without mercy. They will extract everything of value, and they will exceed. And say, but why? or scumbags, or they won't win. Not against us. Why? Moreland's fingers tighten into fists. His voice lowers as he speaks, almost as if reciting a grim truth he has carried for years. Because the universe is a corpse, he begins, his tone devoid of emotion. Nothing lives besides us. No gods, no peers, no other species to challenge or balance us. Just endless, barren worlds. Husks, giants, rocks, furnaces. Each one confirming the same verdict, that the further we push, the more alone we are. He steps closer, his gaze locking onto you with a chilling intensity. And what does humanity do with that knowledge? Does it falter? No. It doubles down. The expansion continues, not out of hope, but out of fear. A fear that life itself is meaningless, that our only purpose is to persist, to spread, to conquer. Life has the meaning you make of it. Moreland exhales sharply, his tone growing colder still. Star Frontier knows this better than anyone. They're not just pushing for resources. They're pushing to impose order, to raise humanity's banner in the dead cold and declare that, even if no one is here to witness it, we won. That we filled the void with our will, our systems, our survival. He pauses for a long moment, his gaze meeting yours, a flicker of resignation crossing his face. But I won't live to see it, any of it, because you've come here to terminate my command, haven't you? You can say, I've come to speak reason to you, or yes, sir, or with prejudice, or that's right, you loon. I've come to speak reason to you. He lets out a dark chuckle, the sound empty and brittle. The inmate has come to speak reason to the jester, he mutters, shaking his head. But the jester and the inmate speak entirely different dialects, if not entirely different languages. There is no reasoning, not here. I cannot reason with you, and you cannot reason with me. It's zero sum. One of us wins, the other loses. Don't you understand? Why do people have to be like that? Wow, rude, Pat. Why do you speak to people like that? Then I've come to terminate your command. Captain Moreland nods, slowly, a faint, almost imperceptible smirk tugging at the corner of his lips. And how will you do so? He asks, his voice calm, yet laced with a quiet challenge. Will it be swift? A single decisive blow to silence a relic of a failed system? Or will you make it deliberate, a performance to prove something? To me? To yourself? To the void that watches but never answers? Can kill him, it will be swift. Or with Persuasion 60, surrender your radio to me. Your words are hurting the soldiers at Camp Raider. I won't kill you, but I can let you continue. But I can't let you continue to kill them either. Or with Science 60, your words aren't helping Star Frontier. They're working against them. Every broadcast you make, every signal you send, isn't creating order. It's adding to the entropy of this sector. Ooh. Yeah, let's go down his route of reasoning. Alright. Yeah, you're not helping Star Frontier. Captain Moreland's fingers hover near the radio, trembling slightly. He looks up, his expression unreadable. You're telling me my actions are counterproductive? What a wise NPC. Wow, Tricady. Tricady wants to be isolated on the ship with Captain Moreland. People respect you that also think that way. Yes, kill. Wow. Okay, don't kill. Just stop his evil heart. I will stop the evil in his heart. Exactly. You believe in their order, don't you? Then stop contributing to the disorder. Surrender your radio. Let Star Frontier come without you stirring more discontent. He nods slowly, his hand moving towards the radio. Perhaps you are right. With a deep breath, he unclips it from his belt and holds it out. Take it, then. Let my silence serve where my words could not. Alright. Didn't even have to kill the guy. They say the universe is vast and empty, but that's not entirely true. It's filled with humanity's mistakes, our chaos, our greed, our failure to impose order. The planet I once commanded was meant to be a beacon of control, but it became something else, a bastion of chaos. This crash was my final act of defiance. I grounded this ship not out of failure, but to reflect, to understand. What does control mean when it slips through your fingers? Star Frontier's answer is simple. Eradicate the problem. Reset the board. It's not cruelty. It's necessity. A cleansing fire. Clears the way for order. For progress. My radio still works, and with it, my voice persists, carrying this philosophy to whoever will hear it. Whether they listen or not, doesn't matter. Perhaps I am mad. Perhaps this is clarity. In the end, all things return to the void. But humanity will leave its mark, even if it must burn to do so. Well then. Really, this guy. Useless parts. A rare Hellfire with an L15 modification. Extra crit damage if narcotic status is in effect. There was a data pad around here somewhere, I thought. Could have sworn I had seen a data pad on the ground the whole time we were talking. Oh no, that was the data pad I just read. Good job, me. Looks like there's nothing else to interact with. And return to base. Star Frontier Forward Operating Base. Such a role model. Oh, hey. I was right. There's a reason for a whole bunch of space out here. As you approach the base, the sound of laser fire and shouted orders fills the frigid air. A group of pirates is locked in a chaotic skirmish with several Star Frontier soldiers. Flashes of muzzle fire cutting through the haze of snow. One of the pirates glances over, spotting you closing in. He shouts over the fray. Watch your rears, boys. We got company. Okay. Pirate fighting time. Oof. These guys are all level 40. Okay, we've got some soldiers on our side too. Hopefully we can keep these guys alive. I noticed they didn't name them. Dink. Caleb. Floyd. Okay. Colton. Okay, Dink is enemy. Yeah. I like that those guys start the fight a little injured. Alright, for us... $59%. $59. There's our 64%. All right. Rally call. We'll make We'll get 20 more armor. And then we're going to do armor wrecker on this guy. There we go. And we have a second shot. Nice! Crit him for 720. Oh, you guys are getting so close. Leave our robot alone. Oh, no. No, don't focus fire. Leave him alone. Okay, let's take out this guy. He was earliest in the initiative, and he's got lower health. He's completely outside of our range. Maybe we will have to go after this guy. There we go. Let's go 100% hit chance. There we go. Then we'll do charge blast. Nice. Down he goes with a crit. And I think we'll move forward again. They're just grazing. They can't hit. Oh, that one hit. Everybody's missing. Oh, you got a crit, but it wasn't enough. 104, nice. Excellent. Looks like he's going to survive. Barely, though. Alright, blinker. Let's go there. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, we'll just fire a shot. Another crit, 768. Lang says he is so peaceful and kind, but do you hear the excitement in his voice when he gets a critical hit? Violence is in his blood. Merely surprised at my luck, that's all. As the final pirate collapses to the snow-covered ground, the air crackles with the sound of laser fire echoing from beyond the open gates. TX-930 remarks, additional hostiles detected. More pirates. Seems they infiltrated the base during the skirmish. Proceed with caution. Alright, let's see who we can save. Normal dialogue. And we see where we need to go. Looks like these are fires, maybe? Or is that lighting from us turning the generators back on? Might just be lighting from us turning back on the generators. Yeah, I don't see anything in particular. Oh, they're all right there. Sprint through the gates. Clash of laser fire and shouted commands intensifying. Second group of pirates is locked in combat with Star Frontier defenders, their movements frantic as they press the assault. Especially when he's killing pirates? True. He bathes in frozen blood of his enemies. As you come into view, several pirates notice your approach. One snarls, raising his weapon. Looks like we've got ourselves a hero. Waste the guy. Okay, 3 more Star Frontier on our side. Oof, we're very far away. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oof. There we go. 64 to hit. Let's get rally call. 0.4 away. So close. Damage, bleeding, nope. It's all just healing stuff. Alright, we'll take some armor wrecker and fire on this guy. Oh, so close. If we would have been able to get 2 shots, but we were too far back. Let's get more armor. And we'll get close call. And more armor. Leave him alone. At least they're splitting their attacks up this time, but still. Okay, another one down. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we gotta go here. Again, just barely too much. We're only going to get 1 attack again. Let's get Charged Blast going. Ooh, and we crit. Not really anything else we can do. We'll trigger Aimed Shot right now. And have that ready for next turn. Oh, and roll the dice. He's so close. You got him. Good job. Ooh. Yeah, you made a mistake of attacking the melee guy. You're only making him stronger. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Now we'll get 2 shots. Dang. Both grazes. That is unfortunate. They're whittling him down. Good job. The chaos fades as the last pirate collapses. Silence falling over the battlefield, save for the faint hum of cooling weapons. Lieutenant Vermilion jogs over, scanning the scene with sharp eyes. Is that all of them? I think so. Hey, the last pirate has collapsed. There's no more pirates anymore. Excellent. Lieutenant Vermilion nods sharply. All right, we need to check for casualties and secure the perimeter. No telling if more of them... More pirates? A low groan interrupts him, the sound coming from one of the fallen pirates. Corporal Grant moves swiftly, crouching next to the body and giving it a nudge with his boot. Looks like we got a live one, he remarks, his tone a mix of surprise and wariness. Might be willing to give up the location of their base. Or shoot the bastard. They might be willing to give up the location of the base. After a brief pause, Vermilion meets Grant's eyes and nods. Alright, take him. Let's see if he's willing to talk. Lieutenant Vermilion and Corporal Grant drag the wounded pirate into the back of the armory, unceremoniously slamming him down onto a stool. The sound echoes off the cold steel walls. The pirate clutches at his wound, glaring up at them. I need medical attention, you bastards. Lieutenant Vermilion crosses his arms, his expression steely. That can be arranged, but not until you answer some questions. Cooperate, and our base physician will take a look at you once you're in the stockade. The pirate spits on the floor, his sneer defiant. I ain't answering a damn thing. If you were in black armor, maybe I'd think twice. Them sensitive operations guys are ruthless. But you, just regular soldier boys. I don't scare easy. Lieutenant Vermilion exchanges glances with Corporal Grant. What makes you think we're bound by regulations anymore? Star Frontier abandoned us. We're no longer beholden to their rules. The pirate lets out a sharp laugh, wincing slightly from his injury. It's in your blood, I can tell. You're a proper man. Too proper to go where it really counts. Lieutenant Vermilion's gaze shifts to you, his voice measured, but with a faint edge. Maybe. But our friend here? He nods in your direction. I'm willing to bet they don't have any such inhibitions. Can say they're right, answer a few questions, and we can get this over with. Or we can sigh and say, right on. I get to play bad cop with this guy, or crack your knuckles. Let's just crack our knuckles. Pirate bursts into laughter, shaking his head. You're a chump. That tough guy stuff, please. You don't scare me. Lieutenant Vermilion glances at you, waiting for your next move. Just cooperate with you? Just cooperate, will you? Save the pirate? He's a jerk, though. Or we can, with Intimidation 60, say, you know, I might feel bad about torturing another human being, but lucky for me, and unlucky for you, that's not a problem here. Oh, he's a pirate. He's Pat's brother. But we're about to say he's not human. With Larceny 60, we can just shoot him in the leg. No. We don't need to resort to actual torture. Just a bit of intimidation. The pirate narrows his eyes, his defiance flickering. And why is that? Because you're not human. Not in my eyes. So I won't just feel fine inflicting pain on you. In fact, I might even sleep like a baby afterward. He's adopted. No actual torture. Yeah, no actual torture. He sneers, defiant. You're bluffing. Punch him. Without hesitation, you wind up and land a solid punch to his face. Pirate yells in pain, clutching his nose. You broke my nose! He spits, blood streaming between his fingers. Let's first discuss why you attacked Camp Raider. One Joyce, yeah. The pirate looks up, pain etched across his face. Horace, our leader. He figured your camp was soft, demoralized, drugged out, liquored up. He underestimated you. Thought clearing the camp was the safest way to secure his flank before making his big move. What big move? Lang the aggressor? Breaking noses. It's just a nose. What does anybody use one of those for? He hesitates, shaking his head. I can't. You want more pain? The pirate winces, then gives in. Alright, listen. It's a weapons facility. Classified. Horace found it. He wanted you guys out of the way so he could take it without worrying about coming after him if he lost too many men in the assault. Figured it was a calculated risk. If it's just a nose, can we break yours? Who says I even have a nose? Maybe that's why it doesn't matter. Lieutenant Vermilion shakes his head grimly. Looks like that gamble failed. The weapons facility. Where is it? Breaking noses is the gateway of violence to killings. Possibly. Citation needed. Weapons facility. Where is it? Pirate shakes his head weakly. I don't know. Only Horace and a few of the others know exactly where it is. Lieutenant Vermilion steps closer, his tone sharp. What do they want from the facility? The pirate glares up at him, frustration and fear mixing in his voice. It's a weapons facility. What do you think? He wants power. With the experimental stuff they've got in there, he could leave the sector armed like a warlord before Star Frontier gets here. Take over whatever system he pleases. I need to get to that facility, which means I need to find Horace. Give me the location of your base. Actually, wouldn't be surprised if you look like Michael Jackson. No, I look like Withers. Agreed, Jacady. Bet he can moonwalk too. I will neither confirm nor deny if I can moonwalk. Can't have you knowing whether I'm on the moon or not. The pirate looks at you, then at Lieutenant Vermilion. Horace, he'll kill me. Look at me, not him. You're giving me the location of the base. Now. The pirate hesitates, then sighs heavily. All right. He gestures towards Lieutenant Vermilion's datapad. Vermilion hands it over, watching closely as the pirate punches in the coordinates. There, the pirate mutters. Lieutenant Vermilion nods, his expression stern. Your cooperation will be noted. Corporal Grant, take him away. We'll never know. Might do a face reveal at his 30-year stream anniversary. Maybe. But whose face will I reveal? Put it on your wish list if there will ever be a Lang meeting. Once Corporal Grant escorts the prisoner out, Lieutenant Vermilion turns to you. Well done. We've got the coordinates, but there's one problem. Without the thermal layers, my troops can't join you in attacking the base. You'll have to go in alone. Understood. He nods slowly, flicker of respect in his eyes. Good luck. Clearing this planet of those pirates would be a service to everyone left trying to survive in the sector. Got some level ups. Pirate base. Yeah, everyone hit 35. Oh, interesting. The bot pulled ahead of Cheetah. Cheetah was ahead of the bot. Wonder how that happened. It'll be Langacom. Alright, let's get that speed 10. Boom. And get some more strength. And we might as well pick up a little bit more crit chance. There we go. Got 30 points here. We can max out our luck. And then keep working on rifles. Cool. We'll eventually get our battle skill maxed out. Got 9 points in here. There was something I wanted to pick up. What was it? I don't remember. Don't think it was these. Nope. Go for the extra health. And the extra pen. Yeah. Then on him, with 10 points. incoming melee damage. And yeah, get him some more health, since he's right up there in the front. Actually, do you have 50 plus initiative? You do not. There we go. Stats, we'll max out your strength. He's got 775 health now. Does 353 damage a hit on the top end, and his hits are only 2 AP apiece. Disgusting. Alright, I'm going to start working on sword skill for him. Perfect. He'll have all the melee skills. Killed Duriel pretty easy. Oh, nice. Good to hear. Time for the Kurist. All right. Push her hit chance up to max. Max out her luck. Now what do we start working on? Maybe a knife backup? Maybe. Yeah, why not? Lower incoming melee damage, always nice to see. Okay, for this guy, raise his vision. Alright, one more before we have his vision capped out. Initiative and range damage, yeah, look at that. How much is coming from vision? 45. Pretty nice. Alright, we will cap out piloting. And then a little bit of luck. I think we'll start working on Carbine skill for him. In fact, yeah, let's just put all 3 of those points in there. There we go. $500 to get a meet and greet photo op and signing with Lang. Sounds like a steal. Why is your robot breathing? Maybe it's just a person in a robot suit. Maybe that guy just has a skin condition. And you're being insensitive. Or maybe the answer is that they just have all character models breathe and the robots just end up as a side effect with that. Although I guess with some like human-facing robot systems, they're trying to make them seem more human even when they don't need to be. So it could be a purposeful thing to make them feel less unsettling to the people around them. Because it really weirds people out when they see something with a human shape that does not move like a human. gets all uncanny valley. Mitigation, yeah, reduce that melee damage. And let's add that health. There we go, over 500 health finally for him. Got some loose actuators, possibly. Okay, deal with the pirates, locate the shipment. Oh, have we talked to Stringfellow after clearing his records? I don't think we have. Nothing to say. No bodies to loot. What is this? Pirate base. Sprawling mining facility taken over by pirates. Danger level is maximum. Well, let's go over here and reduce that danger level. You approach the coordinates given by the prisoner, a dilapidated mining facility overtaken by frost and snow. TX-930 chimes in. Expect resistance. We'll likely need to engage in combat to secure the area. Save in progress. Alright, let's look for lootables. There's a couple of interactables right next to us. Whole bunch of stuff off to the left. Okay, to the left is where we need to ultimately go. This place is pretty big. Alright, so we'll check up and to the right first, then up and to the left. And then do all that other stuff. Not reach. Huh. Oh, weird. We can't walk directly on the ramp. That must... Oh, that's why it is like that. Got it. Now let's grab this chest. Ooh, an epic vibro sword, sentinel saber. Not bad. Nothing to interact with there. There's some pirates over here. Alright, let's go clear this out. Pirate infestation. Someone call an exterminator. You approach one of the loading zones, where several pirates are frantically rummaging through the containers. Horace said to hold back the intruders, but I say screw that. Let's grab what we can and clear his throat. You clear your throat loudly. Pirates freeze and whirl around, eyes wide. Can start combat? Want to see what I think of looters? Or with larceny 60? Relax, I do a bit of looting myself from time to time. What do you say you finish up here, take what you can, and leave? I won't stop you. No. We're gonna fight them. Pirate's turn, weapons drawn. One of them smirks darkly. Looks like we're doing this after all, boys. You're doing something. But I don't think winning is on the menu today. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd have to go all the way over to there. It's doable. Then we fire up Rally Cry. Then we do Armor Wrecker. Just a graze. Another shot. Just a graze again. Rude. $1,206 crit. Oh no. He's become a monster. All right. We'll go here. We will do Charged Blast. Nope. No luck. Once again. Another crit. 2 crits in 1 round for her. And he crit again. Wow. They are doing very well in the crit department. Use a Gene Flux. Oh, whoops. $30 health? Yeah, 1 more. Yeah, that should be fine. Paladin pistol. Another one. Echo Shell Z4 helmet. Gonna be here? Yeah. Minus 20. It's 20. Alright, yeah, none of those matter. Sword. Rifle. Not as good. None of those are as good. Pistols. Yep. None of those are better either. Thought there was loot. Ah, yeah. There it is. That goes back down. Is there a reason to go back down over here? Not really. Oh, more of these guys. More pirates, huh? Loot. As you approach, voices drift from ahead. The attack on Camp Raider failed. Now we're screwed. Horus has pulled back to the landing pad, and the pirates suddenly spot you, their conversation cutting short. One of them shouts, "To arms!" Probably focus fire on that guy. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that is quite the distance I'd have to move. Is it 64? No, 36. Why is that? Oh, I'm one too close. There we go. Action point. Some armor. Armor pen. Or armor wrecking, I guess. Close call. Nice. Rude. Leave the robot alone. Nice crit. Evade. Rude. Six. 7. Just have to move to there. 36 against him. Guarantee that hit. And he evaded. Wow. 100% hit chance, and they evade. Oof. Crit our guy. Or Stringfell. He crit back. There. It's still just 46. Yeah. Okay, well, that was easier than I thought. Helmet, 70 and 8. Yeah, same tier as what we're wearing. What are you? Epic Vibro Knife. Iron Pierce W1. We'll check on it. Epic Pistol, Mr. Death. Modification, critical hit chance, 2% after every kill. We've looked at that before. Okay. You. Not better. More damage, less hit chance. Want that hit chance, that's for sure. Interact with there. Is there a person there? No. Common rifle. Nice, whole bunch of stuff in there. Come on. Let me get to it. There was another container in the starting area that was like that, and they eventually fixed it. Many containers. Yeah, it's trying to go somewhere it can't to get to that container. Alright, more pirates. It's Puddles the pirate. You come up to two pirates who are already preparing for your arrival. Second pirate glances at the first with a grin. Looks like it's our turn, Puddles, right? Puddles nods confidently. Got that right, Dak. We're gonna waste this intruder. Dak smirks. Damn right, boss. There won't be anything left of this guy but a grease stain. They both turn sharply as you approach. Dak points a finger. Puddles, the intruder. Puddles rolls his eyes, his tone impatient. No duh, Dak. Can start combat? Puddles, Dak. It's a good day to die. With intimidation 70. Puddles, huh? Why do they call you that? Sure, why do they call you that? Puddle smirks. Because anyone who fights me ends up a puddle, blood or otherwise. Has it ever occurred to you that you might be the puddle someday? Puddles falters, the confidence draining from his face. Dak scowls and nudges him. Don't listen to him, Puddles. But Puddles hesitates, his voice less certain. I ain't ever lost yet. There's always a first time. Deep down, think you know that I'm the true puddle maker here. Dak's glare shifts between the two of you, his tone pressing. Puddles, you gonna take that? But Puddles lowers his weapon, his expression pale. Dak, my man, you're 1 in a million, but we're outmatched. Let's get out of here. You stand firm as both Puddles and Dak retreat, slipping past you without another word. Okay. Didn't realize that was gonna clear the combat entirely, but that works. Okay, so there should be one barrel we weren't able to get. Oh no, we missed another one back here. Oh, the one on its side was lootable. Haha. You approach another group of pirates locked in a heated argument. Why should we die while Horus and his top guys get to leave? One snarls. Second pirate glares. Shut up, Blanks. Spineless limperous. Ain't disobeying Horus, so zip it and keep watch. Just then, they notice you approaching. We can start combat. Looks like you get to die for Horus. With Persuasion 70. You really want to die for Horus? Sounds like he's ditching you all the second the chance he gets. Or with Larceny 60, kill one of the pirates. We'll do the Persuasion. Lead pirate tilts his head, eyeing you carefully. What's your big idea? Take off. I won't stop you. There are plenty of smugglers coming and going. Can still get off this rock alive. Pirates glance at one another, uncertainty flickering between them. Finally, the orange-haired one nods. Yeah, no point in dying for that guy. Told you, Octopus, we're better off bailing. After a tense moment, the three pirates all nod in agreement. Just don't shoot us in the back, the last one mutters before walking past. Luckily, Pat isn't here. Otherwise, they may have gotten shot in the back. On the walkway. On the walkway, even. You approach two pirates standing on the catwalk, their conversation already in progress. You know I'm scared of heights, Zero, Husk mutters. Zero snarls. Husk, shut up. I'm more worried they're going to leave us behind. How many guys do you think that transport can even fit? Husk scratches his head. Dunno, 5 or 6? Zero cuts him off, frustration evident. Exactly. They've already got 4 guys up there, which means at least one of us is getting screwed. Husk frowns, his voice uncertain. Horus wouldn't do that, would he? Start combat. Won't matter, you're both dead anyhow. You just don't know it yet. With Engineering 60. Actually, the S-11 transport can only carry 4 passengers plus a pilot. Hate to break it to you, but you're both getting left behind. Yep. Zero and Husk whirl around, startled. He then narrows his eyes suspiciously. You sure about that? 4 people? 4 plus the pilot, I'm sure. Husk shakes his head, anger creeping into his voice. That son of a... Horus is a low-down snake. He looks at you and lowers his weapon. Listen, stranger, we don't want trouble. We'll just get out of here, all right? Fine by me. Without another word, the 2 pirates shuffle past you, muttering curses about Horus as they go. Missing anything? Doesn't look like it. There are some crates up here that we'll want to be looking out for. A long walk up. As you come up the steps, Horus and his top lieutenants turn sharply to face you. You. The guy who ruined my plans, he growls. Sorry. Or I guess you shouldn't have attacked Camp Raider. Or they were easy to ruin, actually, on account of you being a stupid guy. Alright. Guess you shouldn't have attacked Camp Raider. Horus sneers. That was my mistake, wasn't it? But don't think you've won. All my credits were loaded up on the transport, so we're just leaving, and... Suddenly, the roar of engines cuts him off. Horus spins towards the transport, his expression twisting with rage. Horvath, what are you doing? He's being double-crossed. crackling voice comes through the radio. Sorry, Horus, but I just got to thinking that I can spend your credits better than you ever could. So, via con Dios. Pirates. Horus's face twists with rage as the transport vanishes into the sky, leaving him stranded. That backstabbing... I'll get him myself if I ever see him again. The honor of pirates. He spins to face you, his fury redirected. And you're dead. Right here, right now. Start combat. Strap in, Horus. You're going on a trip to Hurtville. Horus snarls, his voice a venomous roar. 3,000 credits to whoever put this scumbag in the ground. How's he offering credits if all his credits were on the shuttle and the shuttle just took off? Are these guys really that dumb? I guess so. Like, they were all standing right there when he said it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, okay. We're already 36. What happened to my accuracy? Oh, these ones are okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, maybe diagonals count for less. 36. Oh, he might have, like, extra evasion or something. Okay. Let's do this. Armor. Next shot's deflect. Armor wrecker. Brings him down to 28 armor. And let's do an aimed shot. There we go. 242, not bad. Oof. Oh, I did not heal him before this fight. We did save if it ends up being a problem. Oh good, he used some Gene Flux. But he is taking some hits. Alright, you guys need to quit spreading your hits out over a bunch of people. He says as he looks at potentially spreading his hits out. I may actually move over here just so I take shots from these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, why do I have such low to hit? He must just have really good evasion. Let's just get 3 shots on him. Evade. And grazed. Dang. Oh no! They crit him out! He's our main DD. Yeah, we may have to reload this. This guy. Okay, I knew I should have taken this guy down. Oh well. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We go here. One more. There we go. There's a shot. There's a shot. Wow, I can get my laying body pillow signed. Someone always has to make things weird. Why is that? Welcome on in, bro. Hope you're doing well today. Wow, they are hard focused on the bot now. More laying violence. Nah, it's fine. Forward one. Forward one more. There we go. This, and we'll do this. Then evade. Nice crit. We'll move forward one more. Oof. They're wrecking the bot. I can't believe I forgot to heal him before combat. Oh, I wonder if he misses out on XP because he's downed. Oh, he's on fire too. Let's just take 3 shots. There we go. A grazed critical. Interesting. Did one of those butt pillows seem to be very anti-AI indeed? Wow. It was an optional extra, but you did not have money for that. Super expensive. Alright, let's look at XP. Did he end up with less? 180, 862. Okay, no. Looks like he got full XP. So I really don't understand how Cheetah ended up behind on XP. It's very odd. Alright, let's get people's stuff leveled up. Knives for you. Save those perk points. And get your sword skill leveled. And then our rifle skill leveled. And check our perks. We'll save for more, I think. Although, more damage against high health opponents. Yeah, let's take that. We're seeing some high health people now. Oops. We are. Yeah, let's start giving you weapon skill. So he's at a 65 to hit. Is that a 93? 83. 68. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to push up towards their levels of to hit. Ooh, an epic knife. Strike Piercer Z1. Ooh, I think that helmet's better than what we had. Veritas Mod 9 features reinforced plating and a rebreather ready design for hazardous deployments. Yeah, both of those might be better than what we're using. Oh, I forgot to look at the rifle. Datapad. Armor plating. Ooh, a legendary pistol. First attack costs no action points. Oh, that is going to be nice. Obtain the coordinates of the weapon facility. TX930 remarks. Coordinates logged from the datapad. Excellent work. It's remarkable, really. No one else thought to conduct a ground survey for structures from orbit. A glaring oversight. Report in. You bring up your radio and report your progress to Lieutenant Vermillion. Radio crackles to life. You actually did it. Took down those pirates. That's incredible. They were pretty disorganized after their attack. Those scum were no match for me. Or bag and tag, that's my motto. They were pretty disorganized. A pause, then the radio crackles again. Solid copy. Good luck out there. Hope you find what you're looking for in that facility. Okay, got our save down. We'll loot more of this stuff. Nice. Thermal layers, there they are. TX930 remarks, Star Frontier Standard Issue Extreme Sub-Zero Thermal Layers. Well done. Lieutenant Vermilion will undoubtedly be pleased to have these back. Okay. Are we good to return to the entrance? I think we are. Nope, one more chest back there. Would have missed it too. Ooh, some wild, which is intimidation and melee damage. And another melee resonator. This one's a plus 18, which I think is better than our old one. Alright, return to entrance. And off we go. That it? Yeah, weapons facility. Location of a classified weapons facility. Danger level maximum. Mra, thank you for a 25 stream watch streak. 250, indeed. You arrive at the coordinates from Horus's datapad. TX930 hums softly. Desolate. There's only one structure in sight, straight ahead. An orbital ground scan revealed this. Hard to believe Star Frontier didn't foresee that. TX930 replies, his tone sharp. Indeed. For all their claims of thoroughness, Star Frontier has been known to overlook even obvious opportunities. Still, we can't afford to get complacent. If this is the weapons facility, it's bound to have significant defenses. Alright, let's get... Oh, weird. Cheetah healed, but he didn't. Why is that? Maybe we need to heal him up a little bit. And then... Oh, does he get more if he has biology skill? Oh. I need to start giving them biology skill. Great start at you don't unlock the Stalker badge until you hit your 65 streak. Fair. Okay, let's do that, and let's travel again. Oh, we can't leave now that we're here. No, okay. It was just from that direction we couldn't leave. Let's go here. Does this heal him up? No, he is not recovering for some reason. Why is that? We swap him out of the party. Close. Then bring him back. Nope. Am I really gonna have to go through consumables to heal him? It's not supposed to be what happens. You know what? Let's respec him with some biology. He has a bunch of points and stuff that he doesn't need. Okay. Retrain. He needs larceny, knives, luck. Find it weird and sad that women streamers have to worry about stalkers. And not just women streamers. Need to buck the trend? Let's get Lang a stalker. No thanks. Like with a GoFundMe. Find it sad that women in general have to worry about stalkers? Yeah. Among other creepy and inappropriate behavior. Okay, let's up his biology. So that should give him 50% more health restore. Let's also check on these knives for him. A little less to hit. We want to keep his to hit really high. Is this helmet better? No. 70 and 8 are the helmets we're using. How about the armor? 20 and 4. There we go. So armor is something we can swap out. This 18. That's a 16. Yep. Let's get him more damage. I know where Lang lives. I'll be the stalker. Thanks, Marvel Man. You better be a good stalker. I'll tell your wife if you mess it up. Lives in our nightmares. Yours too? Thought I was the only one. Oh, you guys found out my secret identity. I'm actually Freddy Krueger. All right. Influx. Okay, that's much better usage of those. And we were going to need twice as much without that. Alright, 730 should be fine. That is the thermal layers. Alright. The family-friendly Freddy. One, two, he'll stream for you. Okay, is that all that's out here? Yes. There we go. Captain Moreland. Oh, right. We had... I was like, this doesn't seem right. It's because we had traveled to the other location in hopes of healing. You know what I should probably do? Save and reload. Three, 4, he'll kill pirates more. Or something. Alright, we're gonna stop the game and reload it. See if it was just a bug that's fixed by reloading that was causing him to not heal. Alright, continue. Star Frontier face the wrath of their shareholders when they pulled out of the sector. Alright, finally food time. Later, y'all. Enjoy your food, bruh. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, we were gonna check on that other armor. Okay, none of that's better for us. Oh, Cheetah. Same armor for Cheetah. Alright. Pistol-wise. More damage, slightly less to hit. Crit chance after every kill. What's your current one? Every 4th attack against is evaded. Ooh, that is kind of nice. Okay, so it's one of these rounded top ones here. This one, oh, actually better, and the first attack costs no action points. Okay, so she's going to use the Defiler with the FXR modification. Check rifles. Well, carbines, I guess. Nothing better. There we go. Is that a better... Oh, that is a better rifle. Hit chance plus 2% after every kill. Critical hit chance plus 10% of ejector. Yeah, we'll take this. It's less crit, but I'm okay with that. Being able to actually hit is going to matter a lot more right now. There we go. Finally switched off of that what's wrong. Now we're using failsafe. Sweet. All geared up. Now, will we heal? Did not heal. Weird. Because she definitely healed. He just didn't. Alright, nothing to loot up here. As you approach the doors, TX-930 cautions. We will most likely need to find another way in. This is the classified weapons facility. These doors are undoubtedly locked and impossible to hack. Push button. You press the button, and with a cheerful chime, the doors slide open. TX-930 pauses, clearly taken aback. Oh. That's funny. You enter the facility expecting chaos or resistance. Instead, an unsettling silence greets you. The entrance is eerily still, scattered with tools and bits of debris. TX-930's voice breaks the quiet. Fascinating. Security protocols appear to have been disabled, but something feels off. This place should be teeming with activity, or at least resistance. Remain cautious. I see industrial robots. Some beefy industrial robots. We've got a room up above us, a chest down below, and a console straight ahead. Several industrial robots stand ahead, weapons drawn. One of them speaks in a monotonous, methodical cadence. Sweep and clear. Exterminate any personnel at large. Oh no. TX-930 chimes in, his tone edged with curiosity. Anomalous behavior. These units appear to have been repurposed for termination. We should proceed with extreme caution. Just then, one of the robots pivots sharply in your direction, its sensors locking onto you. Organic unit detected. Unauthorized presence. Executing facility-wide purge directive. Well then. Rude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. 74%. Getting better. Let's get some armor. And let's reduce his armor. There you go. Down to 22. Just grazed. Oh. Messing her up. Nice hit. Also nice hit. Well done. Yeah, we are burning through those. They're really starting to take some hits now. We'll have to start manufacturing those when we get off this planet again. There's a corpse over here. Welding kit. A welding kit. That's going to be helpful. Interact with these consoles. You approach the first of the power generator control terminals. Screen flickering dimly as it waits for input. Access computer. Screen flashes several times, generating a prompt. Access denied. Keycard required. We can use a keycard, which we don't have, or with computers 90, override the security check, or step back, override the security check. You delve into the terminal systems, isolating the security protocols and deploying a brute force decryption algorithm. After a moment, the message changes to access granted, and the terminal unlocks, granting you control over the generator's systems. Reroute powered elevators. Navigating the terminal's menu, you locate the power distribution settings. After a moment, you reroute power to the elevators, and the system confirms. Power rerouted to level 1 elevators. TX-930 remarks, excellent. Power has been successfully diverted. The elevators should now allow us to access the second level. Proceed with caution. Okay, how about this panel? Approach the second generator control terminal. It's screen dark and unresponsive. Access computer. Terminal remains offline, displaying no signs of activity. A full reboot is required. Reboot instructions. Follow the reboot instructions. Or with computers 90, improvise reboot sequence. Yeah, let's improvise. Inspect the terminal systems and begin the reboot process. Powering down residual circuits and running a bypass to reset the core functions, you methodically restore the terminal. After a brief pause, the screen flickers to life, displaying the system's interface and awaiting input. Restore power to security elevators. Navigating the menu, you redirect power to the high security elevator. The system confirms. Power restored to high security elevators. TX-930 remarks, well done. This should grant us access to the lowest level of the facility. Proceed with caution. Did we just possibly skip, like, an entire area? Because I'm guessing we had to go maybe back here to get the key card. Maybe over here. And then probably on the next level down would have been the reboot instructions. Would be my guess. Oh, the elevator isn't right here. Alright, so we still need to go find the elevator. That must be the elevator right there. Alright, I think I'll still go down here, though. Let's just not trigger a fight yet. We should be fine with another fight. Ooh, an epic rifle, Spine Tickler. Tango 20D modification, critical chance plus 10% if health is 30% or lower. Alright, let's see if that's better than what we're using. Also, more rifle skill, please. That is the same as what we're using. Do we like the mod better? More hit chance after kills is fine. As you round the corner, you spot another industrial robot standing outside a locked door, weapon drawn. Human occupant, please open the door. No termination will occur if you do so. This unit has no weapons. This unit only seeks dialogue. Hey, dummy, no one's home. Or, Engineering 30, exploit the robot's weakness while its back is turned. Yeah, exploit its weakness. Boom. Drawing on your engineering expertise, you spot a weakness in the robot's rear chassis, an exposed maintenance panel. With its sensors distracted, you strike with precision. Sparks fly as vital systems short out, and the machine collapses before it can respond. Excellent. Another annihilator. Don't see anything in here. You approach the door in the dormitory, its edges sealed shut with irregular blobs of metal welding it to the frame. The metallic sheen catches your eye, evidence of a hasty job. TX930 remarks, it appears someone has welded themselves inside, likely hiding. Open the door. The door doesn't budge, held fast by the crude welds. You can use the welding kit, use the welder, or Science 90, identify structural weaknesses or step back. ID the structural weaknesses. Examining the welds, you identify a point where the metal is thinner due to uneven heating. Using calculated force and pressure, you manage to stress the joint until it snaps. The door creaks open, revealing what lies beyond. Somebody that didn't make it. There's the key card. Okay. Yeah, we'll come over to here. Make sure the robots are in view. And we're going to save right here, because we unfortunately have to stop early today. Alright. And stay right there. Let's find someone to raid. Who are we going to go visit? What are people playing today? Ooh, Jess is playing Slay the Spire 2. That is a good game. What? Oh, what? Yeah, let's go visit Jess. Jess is nice. Good cozy stream. And Slay the Spire 2 is amazing. Start that raid. Here's our raid message. Get that ready for when we go visit Jess. If you're not familiar with Slay the Spire 2, it is a roguelite, deck builder. It's very interesting. It's a lot of fun. Even the first game, lots of fun. And I think it's pretty cheap right now. If you don't want to get the second one, the first one's still very nice. What, Raid? Thought you said this was a 24-hour stream. No, Tricadi's doing the 24-hour stream. You just have to find their channel. I have a phone call that I'm going to be getting, so I have to end early, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll be on tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central U.S. Time, 1700 UTC. Thank you guys for hanging out, lurking, participating. All of it greatly appreciated. And I'll see ya.